everyone, my name is Savannah and welcome to Whiskey on the Rocks Like a Shipwreck. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I create a centerpiece for my Christmas dinner table. So I started this video this morning. I'm going to take you back to then, and you can come along with me when I went to a garden center and I did some foraging, found some amazing little pieces for this particular project. So please join me. Let's go. I've come to my local park to have a look and see what we can possibly forage here before going to a garden center. So come and join me. Okay, I think I found a piece that we might be able to do something with from this willow tree. So I'm gonna have to carry this the rest of the way. Now I'm in two minds about whether I get some ivy from here for the planter or if I just buy two small ones. I might take a few pieces because I'm not sure of how long that will last. I'm sure it will last until Christmas. I might test it out. I'll take a couple of pieces from here and see if we can do something with it. Okay, I think I'm done. I got my little bag of goodies. Let's pop off to the garden center and see what they have. Okay, I've just arrived at Squire's Garden Center. Let's go grab a coffee and see what they have. Also, if you're lucky enough to have Squire's Garden Center near you, please go in. Christmas at Squire's is magical. Oh my goodness, would you look at these little reindeer? Now I was just looking at some other little robins and rabbits, and the lady said that everything, oh there we go, 50% off. Okay, I'm getting extremely distracted by all of the little knickknacks and plants. Let's have a look at pots and see if we can find anything here. Okay, I'm not really finding what I'm looking for here. I want something a little more rustic. I do have quite a round, large terracotta pot at home. I think I might try to do a DIY on that. Okay, before I start to talk you through and show you all of the bits and pieces that I got, there are two very important things. In fact, they're crucial if you're going to do what I'm doing today. First thing is, get out of your hiking boots or your wellies, pop on your slippers, and make yourself a hot brew, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, wine, whiskey, whatever it is you want. And then get going, because this should be enjoyable and relaxing. So now that that's out of the way, let me talk you through the bits that I actually got today. So these are all the bits that I got while foraging. I've just popped some bin liners down on my table to protect it. I picked up all of these bits. So I'm assuming this is ivy, some holly. I picked up some leaves that were just scattered on the ground. I picked up so much moss just on the side of a tree on the ground, and also these little willow branches that had fallen down. What I'm using as my vessel, and I did look, is this. Now I popped into the range and I got this. It's quite shallow, so I'm a little concerned about if the candles are going to stay in, but I'm going to try to figure out a way to get that. Maybe some soil. I think maybe some soil. I might have to pop some soil in here. So yeah, I picked up this, and this was $9.99. I'm going to line this with some kitchen foil, secateurs, to cut the bits of branches. And then I picked these up in, I think it might have been the range as well. They were pretty inexpensive. This is the color that I actually want. So I think I might end up using these that I've taken off another piece of mine. And then I just picked up some tea light candles as well. So those are the bits. And let's get started putting this all together. Okay, I pop you down like this so that you can get a good view of what it is I'm actually doing here. I know it's going to be another headless video, but bear with me. I think that this is going to probably be the best angle. I was going to use cling film for this, but then I didn't think that it would adhere to my bowl very well. And I do want to protect this because I'd like to use it again after. So I'm just going to lay this down. I don't really want to see it too much, if at all. So I'm going to just try to mold this to the bowl, and I will come back once I've done that, because I imagine that the rustling is going to drive you all crazy. Right, so I've placed that in, and I think what I'm going to do now, since I forgot to pick up any kind of pebbles, but I do think soil is possibly going to work better to actually hold the candles upright. So I'm going to pop some soil in here, And then I'm going to move on to all of the other little decorative bits. Okay, there we go. So I've placed some soil down. This is kind of just my base layer for me to then have something for me to start putting the moss and bits of twigs and leaves, etc. on. Okay, the next step is kind of finding out where it is I want to place the candles. Now, you play around with this. Put them wherever it is you want to. And then once they're in, just kind of pat them down slightly just to stabilize them a bit more. This soil is a little damp, so that's making it a little easier. So I'm just patting them in, trying to secure them as best I can. All the other little bits that we put on top as well are going to hold them in place. For now, I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to move on to the next step, which I think is probably going to be placing some moss all around the bowl. So let's do that. I grab some pieces, just pop them over here. And I'm just going to start layering. Now I want to cover as much of this tin foil and even parts of the wooden bowl. Now, every organic piece so far was free, was absolutely free. So that is just amazing. Didn't cost a thing. In fact, burned some calories. So if you can see what I'm doing, move it down. So I'm just creating these little layers. Essentially, what I want this piece to look like is almost like a forest floor where things have just fallen from trees and perfectly landed to create these little masterpieces. So that's what I'm going to try and achieve here. I want it to look fairly organic and natural and wild. I don't want it to be too staged. So I'm just going to keep going with this, and then we can move on to putting some other bits and pieces. I hope I've got enough moss. So I will come back to you when I've done this. Right, so I've placed all the moss in the places that I wanted. And then what I've also done, if you can see, is I've nestled some tea light candles wherever it is I think I might need one. So, for example, I've just opened up a little gap and then I've just popped that in. And then just move the moss, manipulate the moss around whatever it is you're going to put in there. So I've nestled those in. I might finesse them all slightly a little later, but you get the gist of what it is I'm trying to do here. They're in. So let's get that out of the way. I think I might move on to some twigs next. So I picked up this lovely branch from a willow tree that was literally just lying on the floor, and I'm just going to start placing them in. Just keep securing everything. Now obviously this goes without saying, these are organic materials. This is going to be a flame. Do not leave this piece unattended, because we all want to have a good Christmas and we don't want any accidents. So please be careful. But yes, just let your creativity flow. Enjoy your glass of wine or tea or whatever beverage it is you want to have, and just get creative. place these things, make it as wild as you possibly want. It's yours. It's yours to enjoy. So do whatever it is you want to do with this. I do have some holly, and I have some ivy, and I think I might want to actually place some leaves into this as well. So as much as I can go completely crazy with all of these beautiful little twigs, I do want to leave some room. And then where the tinfoil is kind of just popping out, just tuck it in and place a piece of moss over it. There we go. I think we can do with a few more pieces. Let's try and get some height maybe. Stick you in there. Well, I don't know about you ladies. Maybe some gents are watching. I don't know, ladies and gents. If you enjoy this type of creativity, but I do enjoy it. I find it extremely relaxing and just takes your mind off of everything. And for me, okay, let's get this massive cup of tea. Let me have a sip first and get that out of the way properly there, because my twigs need space. Yeah, I do enjoy doing this type of thing. Is there anything better than having your hands in soil? For some, maybe. For me, I love it. I love it. Let's see. Obviously, pop them in wherever you think it is you might enjoy them. And you can always tweak it after. You can fiddle around with it. Let's pop you here maybe. I'm trying not to have them over a flame, especially not these twigs, because they are dry. And I do want to light this on Christmas. Okay, you can't go there. Let's try you here maybe. Yes, I think I'm liking the direction this is going. It looks wonderful and wild. Cut a few more pieces, and actually I'm just going to turn this so I can reach this side. I'm going to pop some in here. And I actually think the tinfoil is helping secure these bits. We do need something here. All right, maybe some smaller pieces just to get some height in the center. So I'm literally just got my secateurs. I'm just chopping off little pieces and popping them in. You're going to stand there. Yes. Now I know this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. We all have our cup of teas that we enjoy, and to each their own, is what I say. But if you do enjoy this type of thing, give it a go. Give it a go. Okay, you need to be secured a little more because my candles are leaning. That's going to concern me a little. There we go. A few more sprigs in here. And then I think I might just start to play around with some of these beautiful leaves. I do want some smaller pieces because I just want it to look like a forest floor. So we can just cradle a few in here and there. And I'm just tucking them in wherever I think it needs it. Because I know that when you're out walking, a forest floor can really very often just look like a muddy mess. And when you get home and you take your boots off, that's pretty much what it seems to be. But if you look closely, the colors are magnificent. They really are. It's not just a pool of brown dirts. It's quite beautiful if you take the time to notice and to look. Let me turn this around again so that you guys are getting a better look. Okay, I'm glad I did that because now I can see pieces of tinfoil that are showing through, and I don't want that. So we will strategically start to place things to hide that, but also we don't want the bowl to be too overwhelmed. Try to manipulate these leaves to kind of lay the way I want them to. There we go. I do have some of these as well. So just wondering if that might be a little too much. Let's give it a go. Can always be removed. Maybe along the edges, that could look quite nice. Let's have a look. Cut some pieces and see. See if we can stick you in underneath. I hope you can all see what I'm doing. Quite like that. Whoops. Let's have a look. You see that? Okay, I should try not to move the camera around too much. In case any of you haven't noticed, I am far from being a professional at this. Still learning. Learning and hopefully improving for all of you. I don't know if I like that, you know. I think I've got to stand up for a moment and have a look from different angles maybe. So, I don't think I'm liking that. I think I'm liking the dried bits better. So let's remove that. Let's keep it simpler. Yes, I collected all of these things, but that does not mean we have to use it all. Sometimes less is more. So I'm going to stick to these twiggy bits and these leaves because that's what I like. Stick a few more sprigs in there, and then I just want to lay a few more leaves around. There's some more on this end over here. Let's see if I can turn you there. Kind of in here. This one's quite grubby. I'm rubbing the dirt off of a leaf, trying not to imagine how many dogs peed on this. I will certainly have to wash my hands after. Right, okay. We definitely need to cover up some more of this tin foil. No, not you. You're too big. And I do think that this, I mean, it's literally a week before Christmas. Less. I think it's 6 days before. This dry will look incredible as well. I mean, the majority of it is dry. It's just the moss that's still slightly damp. Do we want to put some berries in? So I found these. See that? Hang on, which side is this camera? It's this side, isn't it? Right, there. Do we want to put some of those in? give it a try. I'm going to take the leaves off. Let's pop a few in and just see how we like them. Oh, I do think I like that. Stick a few more of those in. I think I like them because they're not red. And I knew when I was thinking about doing this that the only color that I essentially wanted in here were the candles. Although, if that's not what you want, put some red in. Go and, I mean, we've got this little bush in our garden that has these magnificent red and green berries. Don't know what they are. Just move you back again so that you can see. And I think I might call this done pretty soon, because I'm liking this, and like I said, sometimes less is more. I might put a few more twigs in for some height. And you know, you do not have to be a professional at this. I most certainly am not. But give it a go. Just, you know, only you have to enjoy it. Nobody else is being forced to like it. And as long as you like it, that's all that matters. It's your home. Okay, that's going to need some manipulation. Maybe coming out of the side here. Just like that. You, I'm not going to trust not to fall on something flammable. Let's pop you down here. And I think that is pretty much it. I think I'm done. I mean, I might faff around with it a little longer and maybe stick a few more twigs and leaves in, but I think that you all get you can kind of see the direction I'm going with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up here, clean up the mess, and then I'll show you the final product. See you all soon. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I think I'm done. And this is kind of the final product. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope there's some of you that give it a go. You know, it's lovely, it's relaxing, and it's quite effective as a centerpiece for your table. Obviously, you can adjust it, you can move it around when you're having dinner, take it off. But I think it's lovely. I think it's so pretty. Let's try to give you an overview. Oh, there's a candle that I did not light. I missed one. I think I might put another one in that side. It's lacking there. But yeah, so just give it a go and fiddle around with it until you're happy with what you have. But that is what it looks like once it's done. I love it. Inexpensive. And I love it. Oh, and also the little bits of branches that were left from the willow that I picked up. Honestly, look at that. I just stuck them in a vase. I didn't arrange it. It literally just fell like that. And I think it looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that is it. I am done. I hope you all enjoyed that little video. Please do like, subscribe, give it all a go. You know, just enjoy yourself. Be creative, be wild, just have fun. And I will see you all again, I think before the new year. I think I have one more video planned, and hopefully I'll get that all out for you before then. If not, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you all again soon.